Hi guys, I hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. And of course, you all know from the previous announcements that it is version 11 that is coming your way. And a lot of things have changed. A lot of things are still the same. So this is just a brief session where I'm going to tell you what you should be looking out for. And at the same time, you should not be falling in the trap of FOMO, that in case you are in your journey already for the upcoming exams, how can you utilize this for the best preparation possible? So I've got a few snippets of all the things that are that have changed or added or modified, and I think that will give you more clarity before all the speculations begin. And of course, before, I've read a few questions which said that if you have already purchased version X and your preparation is ongoing with this, so this just comes as we've done in the previous years. It's a toggle option. You will be able to update or toggle between your previous and this version if you're already a subscriber. If you're not, of course, then you're going to go for the early bird discount and take it up. But your progress of the previous version also remains intact. So my advice is that if you're already preparing, do so, because now this version comes up and then you'll know what are the changes that you have to look out for. So this is a very quick session of, I think, 10 to 15 minutes where I'm going to tell you how things have been formed over here. What we realized as a gap was that there is a certain forgetting curve which is there, where revision, active recall and all of integration becomes a problem. So most of the things that we have modified in this session takes care of all of that. I'll show you a few things that will give you a little clarity. And this, for example, firstly, the rapid revision, all the videos are changing. So it's not just editing a few videos of the previous version. All the videos have been recorded all over again in both English as well as English, and a lot of feedback had come on the background of the videos being black and posing as a problem while studying, maybe in terms of the reflection or the strain. So the main videos, of course, all of them were changed last year, so that background issue was not coming. Now that was applicable to rapid revision videos, so that has been taken care of. I'll quickly show you a 15-second snippet of something that I recorded recently for rapid revision. That will just give you more clarity, and then we'll talk about it. Just have a look at this once. Now let's go on to diseases, and the first thing that I want to teach you is vasculitis. Common sense, itis means inflammation. Now let's go on to diseases, and the first thing that I want to teach you is vasculitis. Common sense, itis means inflammation of the blood vessel, and fancy names are always a favorite with the examiner. So the classification of vasculitis is known as Chapel Hill classification. It's got you loads of PYQs, as you can see over here. So let's start with this. We will divide vasculitis depending on the size of the blood vessel, but never in the exam give an answer just on the basis of size. Also look at the clinical history, because there can be an overlap. So this is what gave you clarity that we have a background which is going to be white over here. I've just got a small snippet of 15 seconds. You've understood how the video lectures have changed. Have there been additions? I don't know how many of you noticed, but there was something different in that video which I'm going to highlight once again, that all the questions while teaching you, what we were doing earlier was that we were giving you PYQ separately in the QBank, which still remains. But now we've done the PYQ tagging while taking up the lectures as well. So I'm going to show you a few more questions over here, a few more snippets over here. This is one thing again that has been added, so hear this out as well.
So now I'll tell you about few common errors that student makes in bacterial infections. So a lot of times they get confused between erysipelas and cellulitis. So two important things you have to remember, that erysipelas is well demarcated. So history would be same, but it would be well demarcated, and this is caused by group A beta hemolytic strep.
Okay, so what we saw over here is a slide called common errors added, which has been added after every video lecture in rapid revision, where we are taking care of what are the mistakes that students are committing, and that we've taken out after analyzing what all mistakes usually you were committing while doing the QBank. So those have been added as the end of every lecture by all educators in all subjects. Another thing is that wherever relevant, many students had requested that the PYQs should be discussed even in the rapid revision, because that makes half of the job done, and then you just have to do the other potential questions. So just showing you a snippet once again, which is going to tell you how PYQs, let's say if I've taught cell injury, right after that I have covered the PYQs of cell injury for you guys as well.
अपोप्टोटिक बॉडीज किससे बनी होती है? मैंने कहा था हर चीज़ से। उसके अंदर सेल मेम्ब्रेन भी होगा, उसके अंदर न्यूक्लियस भी होगा, साइटोप्लाज्म भी होगा, ऑर्गेनेल्स भी होंगे, हर चीज़ टूट टूट के गिरेगी। तो उसमें साइटोप्लाज्म भी होगा, न्यूक्लियस भी होगा, ऑर्गेनेल्स भी होंगे, ऑल ऑफ दीज विल बी देयर, विच इज द सिंगल बेस्ट आंसर.
Okay, so now that kind of gives you an overview, but there's a lot more apart from the rapid revision videos that have been added. Many of you had requested about integration of different, of course, systems, roughly 7 to 8 systems which we have. So a entire new module is now being introduced, which I think is the highlight of this, and that is going to be the integrated essentials. Roughly, it is going to be of 50 hours, where all the educators, let's take the example of cardiovascular system. So Azam sir has taught the anatomy, then I have done the pathology part, whatever microbiology is relevant, then sir has gone ahead with the medicine, and like that, wherever relevant. So if you're doing genital system, it is predominantly pathology, surgery and OBGY. So wherever the relevant subjects are required, those systems have been integrated and put up for you. So have a look at this as well.
We are going to discuss the integrated cardiovascular system.
Now, once you are done with the cranial part and the caudal part,
Moving on to the next layer of the heart, that is myocardium and myocarditis.
Now let's talk about drugs for CHF, that is chronic heart failure.
Talk about myocardial infarction because ischemic heart disease happens to be one of the leading causes of deaths in India.
Okay, so what more after this? After the integrated essentials, another thing that the students had requested was real-time specimens, especially the wet specimens that you get, not just for your Viva exams in first prof, but also understanding anatomy has been one of the biggest challenges for most students all throughout, including myself, all throughout MBBS and beyond. And that carries on till NEET PG. And once you don't understand, of course, is going to be a problem in radiology, surgery, and others. And for those who were asking, this is an update for everyone. For NEET PG, FMGE, and INI-CET. So this is for all exams. Have a look at some of the amazing videos that Azam sir has recorded for all of you, which is going to take care of the specimens as well.
sternocostal surface you can clearly see here. Partly it is formed by the right atrium here, and then the right ventricle here, and the left ventricle here. Now, if this is the right atrium here, above this right atrium here, you're able to see that there is an ear-like projection. And this ear-like projection is referred to as auricle.
So I guess this is also settled. Now let's talk about things other than the videos that have been added over here. So we are adding summary charts, which you will also get printed versions all of, as you can see. So again, we saw this a lot over social media, which was trending, and also over student demand, that you wanted everything as a snap, a single screenshot over one slide, or a single flashcard always helps you. So one thing that has come up are summary charts, where the entire topic has been described in one page, and that will be available for you. Roughly 600 plus topics have been summarized this way, and they will be available as printed charts. So I'm also coming to many of you asking when would it come up. So we are all coming to that in 2 minutes. Further, in the QBank, 5,000 questions have been added. So now the total count comes out to be 18,500. That's the total QBank count if you wish to know. And everything else remains the same. You can use it as per a custom module or as per subject wise, topic wise. The rest of the pattern, which was continuing, remains the same. What's added over here are 5,000 new questions based on the recent exam pattern. And also because we saw a lot of changes, like multiple option correct was coming, match the following is coming a lot. A little medium STEM questions are coming, which in the recent exams we have seen. So all of those pattern questions have been added over here. Coming to what next? Flashcards have been added. So flashcards are labeled as SPARK, as you can all see. They are just a digital recall for all of you, and a very good way of having you can say a pseudo or a virtual buddy, where a question is asked, you answer it, and then the flashcard gives you an answer to it. It's having that virtual study partner, so you won't have to search for study partners over Telegram any longer. And these are the flashcards also, which are going to be incorporated in the app. Of course, flashcards don't require any notes or anything. So this is something which is just going to help you in your digital active recall, which I think is required right now the most for students. Reason being that active recall is not being done, and most of it is being done by listening to video lectures, which is completely passive. And without active recall, getting that extra edge in the exam is practically impossible. Let's move further to what next. So this is already, I think, since last night 12 o'clock, you can see that the offer has gone live on the app. If you are willing to see some snippets, which are like a few video lectures, like for example, the entire cell injury chapter has been uploaded approximately 1.5 hours. Similarly, vaccines and screening of PSM is there. Some anatomy and medicine lectures are there. And also integrated essentials, 3 topics have been added. All of these, if you just open the app, you will be able to see it on the home page, and you can just have a feel of how things have been changed over here. So now when will it go live? Obviously a lot of processing is happening. So the full and final update goes live on 12th of April. So that is why I told you at the first sentence that if you're already ongoing and with your preparation for the upcoming NEET PG, INI or FMG, so version X is what you continue with. Obviously, for students who are preparing for the December and further exams, then you can start off right on April 12th when this comes. But even when it comes on April 12th, for students who are already doing version X, the flashcards will be something which will help you in your quick recall. The summary charts will be helping you. Then the integrated sessions can be seen before the exam, because that is something which will come as integrated questions, and you will understand it best. Because if you have read all the subjects once, then integration for you makes maximum sense, right? So maybe you will not have to go through all the rapid revision video lectures out there, but definitely the newer features can be used to your advantage. I think once this question comes, it is very obvious that it's for all INI, NEET PG and FMG. If you want to switch from X to 11, I think I've told you ample reasons, but again, not falling into this FOMO, version X is equally good. There are some additions which will help students along the journey. Would I want you to switch if you have an exam in May and this comes out on April 12th? Will I want you to see the entire rapid revision videos again? Of course not. That's not at all advisable. So you need to use it very smartly for your preparation, depending on which exam you are targeting. Also, if you plan to toggle between X and 11, then in that situation, your progress of the previous version remains intact, whether it is your QBank or your videos or whatever progress you've made. So that is not going to get erased. So be assured of that. You can always toggle, go to version 11, look at any new update that has been put up, maybe solve a few flashcards, and then come back to version X probably to see your rapid revision videos, which you were as usual earlier. After that, regarding the live classes, making it very clear so that there's no confusion later on, whatever plan this is, it is only for the recorded flashcards, QBank, etc. The live classes as a resolve class which we have remains totally separate, so that you know that clarity remains from the beginning. Of course, what about the main videos? Rapid revision, I've already told you. For the main videos, there is some change, because we changed the main videos, I think, 10 months ago. So entire main content changing again will create a lot of confusion among students. But updates are always coming up in medicine. So that means that 10 to 20% of the videos, depending on subject to subject, will be changed. Only if it is required. This is not like something we are pushing it just for the heck of changing things. It is only done if it is required at that moment. If there is a certain update in a certain disease, I will be recording that aspect and putting it up. Rest everything else for the main videos remains the same. For the notes, tentatively it starts getting dispatched in the first week of April, and notes, all the tentative the deadlines, they will be given to you over the app. They will be given to you over email and over social media. Flashcards, as I've told you, will be a part of version 11. Dissection videos ka, although this should not be a doubt, but just to give you that clarity, in case you are looking out for notes, it's not going to happen, because anatomy notes, soft copy and hard copy are already provided. Dissection, cadaveric videos are only to give you a real-time view, so they don't require notes. It's totally for your understanding and concept building, so don't be searching for those notes thereafter. Yes, now we are open for any questions that we have. I hope you are liking the changes that we are doing, and strategy related LRR for INI-CET will happen, not right now, but will happen as and when the time comes. It's too early for an LRR for the May exam right now, so that will happen eventually, but not right now, of course. Notes remain the same as of version X. No, if the rapid revision videos have changed, then of course the notes will also change. I'm not saying the content has changed altogether. I can't change pathology as a subject, but whatever updates I have added, I've added PYQs, I have added or even deleted. I'm not saying everything is only added to make it bulkier. We are not increasing the length of the videos, but maybe if I've added a topic, then I have removed a certain topic which has become totally obsolete and is no longer tested in the exam. So depending on the last 5-year trend, this has been done. Master charts, all of these will be a part, obviously, of a part of version 11. They are not available otherwise. Yes, that flashcard feature will also come in April. Everything will be launched on April 12th. Okay, integrated essentials, I think I've already mentioned, shown you a snippet, 7 to 8 to 9 systems that we have. So for example, if I'm recording the CNS, then I have recorded starting first with anatomy, of course, then going on to the physiology, then going on to pathology. I have also done the brain tumors for you. Then in surgery also we have put up the brain tumors. In radiology slides also they have been put up. And then let's assume after the brain tumors you want to talk about meningitis. So in CNS, even in medicine, meningitis is discussed, and even of course in microbiology there are a lot of organisms. So multiple educators have recorded their part, and that is how one system has been put up together, so that you don't have to go ahead with different subjects and keep searching for the same system again. You know how it pretty much works in the USMLE pattern and with first aid, where all systems are given under one roof and every subject is there integrated, exactly how it has been done. So giving you just an estimate, let's say it's cardiovascular systems, approximately in 3 hours we've covered all subjects and everything about cardiovascular system in one video. That's how it works, and that's replicated for every system. Okay, doctor who's asking me about INI-MAVE, your updates are anyway provided in the QBank, and all the recent videos that you're watching, they have the updates. Rest, whatever 2 to 3 updates which we feel have come in the last 3-4 months, if at all, for any subject, they will be covered in the LRR. There will be separate printed charts that you will be getting when you will get the notes, regarding those who are asking me about summary charts. Is it necessary to add on to version 11? Well, not really necessary, I would use the word, because you're already halfway through your preparation when this edition comes out. Like, it's coming on April 12th and you have an exam, you are appearing for the June-July session, I believe. So altogether changing it to a new version will not be advisable, but you can use it to the best of your advantage. You can use the flashcards, you can use the summary charts, you can add, or you can practice the new questions that have been added, but altogether changing your entire video source, that is not something I would recommend to you. Yes, any user who's already a subscriber of the Elite plan just needs to, in the settings, change the version to version 11 and you will already get all the features of it. So if you're already a subscriber, then of course you don't have to pay anything extra. Okay, regarding many of you having doubts about notes, I'll tell the team to give you a few screenshots of the notes on social media or Telegram or the app, so that you can automatically see whatever as a student you would have obviously concerns regarding the font and the paper, etc. So I'll tell the team to put it up to you and then you can assess for yourself if it works your way. Okay. Regarding the piracy, I'm not the right person to talk about it, Dr. Vishal. That, of course, only the PrepLadder team can. I can talk about academic content if that helps. Skip question option that you are saying, Dr. Neeraj, I'll put it up to the technical team again. Some things which I can't do, not probably, trained enough to do, I would say. So skip option of the question, I'll put it up to the team. 2027 NEET PG strategy, that's a separate session that we'll have, not clubbing it over here. We'll take up a separate session for future exams of students that are coming up. Okay, so now I think most of the questions that are coming our way are mostly things which I believe the PrepLadder team can help you better with, and the team is ready to take up your questions. So whatever questions regarding the release of the flashcards, the font of the notes and everything else that's coming up, you can probably put it in the comments and someone from the team can give you a reply on all of that. But yeah, font, I will tell them to give you screenshots on social media and on the app so that you can see for yourself how the font and the arrangement of the notes has been done, right? Any change in rapid revision notes? I think many students are joining now, so I've spoken about all of that. Of course, if the videos have changed, then the notes will also change. It's not that the entire subject is going to change, but additions, updates will always be there in every subject. The common error slide has been added, the PYQs have been added, so of course the notes are going to change. For your video lectures, the content changes, and of course that black to white background which was troubling you since a while, that is also going to change. Perfect. So regarding the plans, they are already put up on the PrepLadder app. As I said, what you can do, which will give you more clarity on this, just open the app, go on the home screen. There are all the things which are put up. Even few free video lectures have been put up for students who are not subscribers. Even few snippets of the integrated has been there, put up. The Cadaveric video discussion is there. Even a few editions of the QBank have been put up over there. So all that you need to do is just open the app, go on the home screen, you'll get that update, toggle through it, assess for yourself, because no matter how much I may show you as video snippets, what you will experience when you open and use the app yourself, I think will give you a better picture of what we are talking about over here. Of course, the flashcards will be available on the app. Flashcards are not coming up as printed things, right? They are going to be on the app, only on the app. Okay, so I think for exams and strategies, we'll be taking up, I have taken up sessions so many times earlier, but for other strategy related INI, NEET and FMG, those will be totally separate sessions because I don't want to dilute everything. It's not going to make sense for any student thereafter. So I'll take leave now, but I would want all of you to put up your queries so that if I can academically, I can help you regarding the content part, I will. And if it's a technical thing that you want the team to help you with, they will also reach out to you. Just put your query in the comments below and of course it will be there. No separate practical content added other than the Cadaveric videos, Dr. Vishal. There's no separate content on that. Okay, right guys, thank you so much, and yes, we will reach out to you for all your queries, and I will be seeing you again because we are going to have sessions on the strategy that you have requested. So that's something that I will work out on for every exam individually, NEET, INI and FMG, and we will be meeting in the upcoming weeks with all the strategy and mentorship sessions. Duration of the rapid revision, 280 plus hours. I've already explained when I was telling you the slide. The launch is happening on April 12th. Yeah, for the main videos, even if you go for version X, main videos, as I said, now only 10 to 20% updates. Only if updates are required. New videos have not been recorded. And if I'm saying it because I have not recorded it, so obviously they are not recorded. And main video notes, of course, remain the same. You can, for those who are inquiring about the notes, you can, even if you take the offer right now, the notes will only be dispatched by the 1st or 2nd week of April. So they are being prepared right now, and even if you purchase it right now, you're not going to get the notes at this point. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll be meeting you soon in the upcoming sessions as always. So study well, and any queries, do put it in the comments below.